Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back into Movement Parallels Live. Thank you for joining me for today's 7-minute stretch session. We're going to jump right into things today, starting off with our side sit stretch. Set up a strong position by flexing your front foot and gripping the ground by drawing your thigh bone into the hip socket. From there, add reaching, rotating, and sweeping your torso through different directions to find the stretch that feels right for you. We're holding these stretches for about 45 seconds today. That leaves about 20 more seconds on this side before we switch. All right, now go ahead and switch sides on your side sit stretch. Take the time to set up the position and feel yourself get rooted into the ground, then begin adding those movement variations in sync with your breathing. Now sweep your back leg forward and transition into a cross-legged sitting position. This cross-sit stretch is a simple but effective way to open your hips. Use your hands to apply some gentle pressure to increase the stretch. Fold forward, reach forward, or twist. Two other optional variations here are the butterfly sit stretch and the crossover sit stretch. Transition onto your knees and forearms. Next up, we've got a prone frog stretch. Keep your spine elongated, your pelvis rotated forward, and push your knees out away from your body. Some additional options here are fully extending your arms forward or extending one leg out to the side. Gently make your way out of your frog stretch. Next up, we've got a crawl lunge stretch with a lizard variation. From a crawl or plank position, step one leg forward next to your hand. If you're feeling restricted in this position, use yoga blocks underneath your hands. Otherwise, you can stay here with your straight arms posted on the ground or walk one or both elbows down to the ground. Stay on this side for 20 more seconds before we make our switch. Switch sides on your lunge lizard stretch. Set up the position so you find the stretch that works best for your body. Try some of these additional variations to add a dynamic element for better mobility. Make your way up to standing. Next up, we've got a balancing figure 4 hip stretch. Bring one ankle across your opposite thigh just above the knee. Keep your shoulders back and spine long as you hinge forward to create the stretch. To intensify the stretch, you can use your hand to gently press down on your knee or sink down into a toe squat. Now be mindful here as you explore this position because it can be very easy to overstretch or strain your knee. You can prevent this by keeping your foot flexed, your thigh bone plugged into socket, and using active strength to open your hip. Let's switch sides on the balancing figure 4 hip stretch. Again, really be mindful as you go through this stretch and make any modifications that you might need to make this more accessible, especially if the balance component is a challenge. Feel free to hold onto the wall or any fixed object to give you some more stability so you can explore the full range of motion. And to complete our quick stretch session today, we're gonna come down into a deep squat. Our bodies all have slightly different architecture, so I invite you to let go of this idea of the perfect squat and instead focus on exploring your squat. If you've got limited range of motion, it's okay. If your heels come off the ground a little bit, it's okay. If your back rounds a little bit, it's okay. These things can be ironed out in time. In order to improve your mobility, you've got to work from where you're at and be consistent in your efforts. So use props to give your body the support that it needs, and above all else, stay curious and keep the practice playful. So that's it for today. I appreciate you coming through. If you enjoyed the stretch, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back and move with me again soon. I'll see you in the next video.